Hello and welcome to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, the owner and publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. You can find us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Again, that is www.connectionssbj.com. Playing a little bit of happy this morning. The title of today's podcast is Being a Happy Small Business Owner. Being a happy small business owner. Today's podcast is being brought to you by $1 Million Massage. Go by today, 1224 Peacock Avenue. It's going to be Suite 102, or call Ramona Terry and her staff, 334-275-8176. Again, that is 334-275-8176. Go by today, $1 Million Massage, where they calm the world one body at a time. Go by today, see Ramona Terry. Let her know you heard about her, saw her right here on CSBJ Radio. Today's podcast, again, is entitled Being a Happy Small Business Owner. You know, as a small business owner, and I've been in business for quite a few years, you know, we go through highs, we go through lows, but ultimately, you know, we want to be happy in our business. Ultimately, we want to be able to function properly. If I'm unhappy, then maybe I need to consider going back to corporate America. But, you know, as a small business owner, we should be, and traditionally are happier, you know, even with the highs, even with the lows, even with, you know, having the marketing plan, you know, going out, developing your marketing plan, going out trying to get new customers. Traditionally, as a small business owner, we are a heck of a lot happier than most. But if you're not, we want to look at a few ways today where we can either become a happy small business owner, you know, stay a happy small business owner. We want to look at a few things today that we can do to accomplish that. And number one, reduce the stress. Now you say, well, Greg, I am a small business owner. I am an entrepreneur. What do you mean reduce the stress? You know, when a crisis arises, you know, ask yourself, hey, if it really matters in a week or a month or a year. And you know what? The answer 9 times out of 10 is usually no. You know, the crisis that we face today may not matter in a week. It may not matter in a month or a year. So we want to do some things to reduce the stress. And how can we reduce the stress? You know, get outside. I like to get outside, you know, exercising. You know, I personally have taken up you know, boxing, and these are things that you can do, you know, to relieve stress. At the end of the day, you know, let that go. You know, whatever it is that you're holding on to, let that go. And one way to do it would be to find something outside of work, something outside of, you know, the mundane, everyday running a business, something outside of that you actually enjoy doing, you know, to help you reduce the stress. You know, tomorrow will come. Your small business will be there tomorrow, but today we want to focus on reducing the stress. Get outside, go for a walk, exercise. You know, do those things that will help you reduce the stress. Number two, I suggest, and it's something that honestly, even as I'm recording this podcast, I struggle with. I mean, because it is the last thing I look at before I lay down and go to sleep. It is the first thing I look at in the morning, and that is my darn cell phone. So number two, and I'm going to be with you as we try to be happier small business owners. Turn your phone off. Turn it off. You know, hey, set even some times during the day where you actually turn that thing off. You know, if it's after business hours, if you're like me, my mobile phone is tied directly to my business. For customers that want to get in contact with me, my mobile phone is out there. My mobile phone is published on my website. It's published on my Facebook page. It is out there. But we need to have specific times, you know, or set times each and every day where, you know what, that phone is on, actually not even just on vibrate, but completely turned off, you know, because every time it vibrates, every time it chimes or whatever ringtone you may have associated with the type of message that you're receiving, you know, it is subconsciously even letting you know that, hey, you have a text message, there's an email, there's a potential client. But hey, we need to learn. And number two is to turn our phones off. Take a break, you know, and that is something that even as I record this podcast, I struggle with. Again, as I stated earlier, it is the last thing I look at. As I'm laying down to shut my eyes for the night, my phone is in my hand. I'm looking at emails. I'm reading articles. I'm doing this, that, and the other, on my mobile phone. So I'm going to work with you in being a happier small business owner by number 2, turning my phone off. All right. So let's try that. Let's try that today. Maybe after 5 o'clock, you should not be able to call me and I should not be able to call you. Let's turn our phones off just for a little bit and turn them back on and get back into running your business. But these are some things that we can do to be happier small business owners. And number 3, and this is something that I truly enjoy doing, help someone. Help someone solve a problem. Utilize your unique expertise, utilize your network of people, your circle of friends. Use this to your advantage to help someone. And it is truly helping someone. Don't do it because you're expecting something in return. Just help someone. Choose a customer, choose a client, choose a friend, call that person, check on them, see how you're doing. Even for myself, those that follow me know that I volunteer inside the prison systems. I volunteer inside the jails. Why? I enjoy doing that. I enjoy helping those individuals that have made possibly some bad choices, and are having to, repay their time to society. So help someone solve a problem. Again, use your unique expertise, use your network to help someone else. And I promise you'll be surprised how much it will motivate you. When I leave the prisons, when I leave the jails, I am pumped. I am motivated. I am inspired. Why? Because again, I have just helped someone. Even with CSBJ Connection Small Business Journal, we have had in the past, and we're probably going to start that back up again. We've had power hours, where we sit around a table and we brainstorm. Someone brings a problem to us in their small business. Maybe they're having problems writing a business plan. Maybe they're having a problem getting customers in the door. They bring a problem to us, and we put our heads together and help them. Again, we're not looking for anything in return, but we truly want to help them to be a better small business owner. Okay, so that was number 3, help someone. We've talked about, again, the topic today is, again, being happy small business owners, or becoming a happier small business owner. And I believe that was number 3, but number 4, we want to talk about schedule rewarding activities. When was the last time that you, as a small business owner, did something rewarding for yourself, something rewarding for your family, something rewarding maybe for your close friends of yours? All right, so to remain happy as a small business owner, I think that we need to reward even ourselves. Celebrate, and those that follow us with our network, and I'm big about celebrating, small successes. A lot of us are waiting for that $1 million contract. A lot of us are waiting for that $2 million contract. But are we happy with the $50 contract? Are we happy with the $100 contract? All right. So for those of us that are making money in our small businesses, then hey, let's celebrate the small successes. Let's talk about those. Get on Facebook, say, hey, I just landed a new customer. There's a young lady here in town, and I'm following her on Facebook. When she sells a house, that information is posted on Facebook. Why? Because she is celebrating her successes as a realtor. Nothing is wrong with that. It inspires her. It inspires others that are looking on. And even, I'm not a realtor and I get inspired. Why? Because, wow, this woman is out there doing it. She's making things happen. And guess what? Even though I'm not a realtor, because she's successful, guess what? I also can be successful as well. So schedule a rewarding activities, schedule lunch. If there's that special someone in your house, or in your life, schedule lunch with them. Go out on a date, whatever it is that you can do to schedule a rewarding activity. I strongly recommend doing that. All right. Number 5, stop envying folk. Or I guess the 2014 term would be maybe stop hating. Is that it? Stop the envying. One thing that I am not afraid of competition. I'm not afraid of, just because I own a particular business, here, I'm not afraid of the next person who decides that, you know what, I can do what Greg Wilson is doing. Don't be afraid of that. Stop envying, stop hating, if you will, and stop envying and stop hating and start supporting. I truly believe if we start supporting, it makes us happy. All right. I'm not going to not be happy because of maybe a competitor open up a door. I thrive off of competition. Competition is good. Uh, don't compare yourself with another small business owner. What are they doing down the street? What are they not doing down the street? Now, what are you doing? What are we doing in our own individual businesses? To further our own individual growth, whether it be as a person or a company. Stop envying. Stop comparing yourself to other businesses. Now, when I say stop comparing yourself, I do think that we need to take a look at our competition. I think that we do need to be aware from a business standpoint what our competition is doing or what our competition is not doing. And if you see them drop the ball in the area, you see them fudge in the area, then you want to capitalize on that. Absolutely nothing is wrong with that. All right. But don't look at the competition. Don't look at them as far as, trying to keep up with the Joneses aspect of it. Stop the envying. Stop comparing yourself with people. Keep focusing on your growth. Keep focusing on your business. Keep focusing on those things that work. Okay? Keep focusing on those things. Surround yourself with like-minded people, people that are trying to go in the same direction as you are, people that are trying to grow their businesses as well. Stop the envy, or in the 2014 term, stop the hate. Number 6. Make achievable goals. All of our goals as a small business owner should be SMART. And we've all heard the acronym. We've used the acronym before about SMART goals. Our goals, should be SMART. They should be specific. They should be measurable. They should be attainable. Okay, these are different things that we can do. All right, so make achievable goals. Make a list each and every day of the tasks that you want to accomplish that day. If you want to be happy, if you want to maintain your happiness as a small business owner, write down a list. All right, I have a list right in front of me right now of things that I need to do today and that must be accomplished today. Now, there are some things on this list that will not, just because of time, will not take place today. Well, guess what? They go on the list for tomorrow. All right, but make achievable goals. All right, I can tell you what's not on my list today, because it may not be achievable today. But I'm not going to even go there. But make achievable goals at the end of the day, or at the beginning of each day. Make a list of the things that you're going to be working on. So tonight, maybe before you turn that cell phone off, make a list of things that you want to do tomorrow. Goals for tomorrow, goals for your business, goals for you as an individual. And don't forget to schedule that time in just for you. Don't forget to schedule in that time to do those rewarding activities. All right. And next, let's talk about something that a lot of small business owners have trouble with. And it's one word, but it's a powerful word. And that word is delegate. And even for me as a small business owner, this is something that when I started out, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to do all aspects of the business. But let me tell you, you will wear yourself out, and you will not be happy if you are not delegating responsibility, if you're not delegating tasks. If you are a small business owner and you have maybe an office manager, delegate some tasks to him or her. If you are a small business owner, you have employees outside of yourself. Delegate tasks. You're paying that employee X amount of dollars to be in your retail shop per hour. Well, guess what? Don't give money away. Give them, be sure you have a job description for them. Give them tasks. Even you'll be amazed that you're able to even have people that believe in you, believe in what you're doing, and are willing to volunteer their time. Volunteer, that is, you don't have to pay for that. All right. But with the volunteering, you delegate certain tasks, delegate certain responsibilities. And how soon, Greg, should you do that? Today. Delegate a task today. Focus on your strengths. You know what? While you're focusing on your strength, outsource your weaknesses. outsource or delegate those tasks that you're not necessarily strong in. All right. Maybe you have a need for new customers. Maybe you have a need for new leads to coming into your business. All right. Well, and you're not proficient at making phone calls. Well, delegate that task. You may have to look at maybe even a third-party vendor if you're unable to find someone in your local area, your local community, your local small business community that is proficient in sales. Well, consider even outsourcing that thing, to get those leads coming in. You're going to need leads, but again, delegate those responsibilities. Okay. And finally, I do want to just add one more in there that is very close to my heart, and that is network. Yes, network. Networking can make you even a happier small business owner. And we've talked about delegating. We've talked about making achievable goals. We talked about stopping the envy or stop hating. We've talked about, scheduling rewarding opportunities. We've talked about, helping someone, turning your phone off, reducing the stress. But at the end of the day, we have to be connected. As I often say, to three things: people, resources, and information. And one way to go about being connected, to people, resources, and information is to network. Network with other small business owners. It is a great way for you to learn through a shared experience. It's a great way for you to learn about what other small business owners are doing, or what they're not doing, what works for them, what doesn't work for them. And believe it or not, you can receive support that you would normally not get anywhere else. When CSBJ, Connection Small Business Owner, each month we have a networking event. I leave there, yes, we're hosting it, but I leave there with just a plethora of information, support, motivation, that you would maybe even normally get from mentors or coworkers from a larger company. It's amazing that networking, and not only can grow your business, yes, we know it can do that, but also networking can make you a happier small business owner. When you learn that, hey, you're not the only one in the fight. When you learn that, hey, you're not the only one struggling to get customers to come in, that helps your psyche. All right. When you have those shared experiences with people. So network with other small business owners. There are just a wider range of networking opportunities. And no matter where you're tuning into this podcast from, wherever you are, there's a wider range of networking opportunities available for you. Help yourself out. Make yourself happy, a happier small business owner, and network. So today, again, the topic of today's podcast is, again, being a happy small business owner. It's going to be a short podcast today, but we want to just discuss those things. Hey, reduce the stress. Go for walks, get outside. Exercise. Find an activity that helps you to reduce the stress. All right, turning your phone off. That is something that is very important, and I've given you my word that I'm going to work with you on that. I'm going to turn my phone off. Again, I've stated earlier that it is like the last thing I look at night and the first thing I look at in the morning. But hey, let's turn it off. Let's have those set times where we can be phone free, if you will. Help someone. We've talked about that today. Helping someone solve a problem. It's just amazing. Just the mental return that you get from knowing deep down inside that you actually genuinely, not looking for anything in return, but genuinely help someone along the way. That is powerful. We talked about today scheduling rewarding activities, doing those things to reward yourself, celebrating those small successes. We talked about today stopping the envy or stop hating. Don't compare yourself with someone else. Don't compare yourself with another small business owner. Stay focused on you. Stay focused on the growth of yourself as an individual and the growth of your business. We've talked about today making achievable goals. All right. Set those SMART goals. Make them very specific. They must be measurable. They must be even achievable or obtainable as well. And we talked about delegating responsibility, delegating those tasks. While you're focusing on your strengths, delegating and outsourcing even your weaknesses. All right. And finally, we talked about networking. Networking, again, is a powerful tool for you to utilize. It is a great way for you to meet other small business owners. And as we often say with CSBJ, it helps you to be connected with people, resources, and information. You shouldn't just network just to network. You shouldn't network just to walk away with some business cards. You should network even just to give away your business cards. All right, so let's network with other small business owners to learn about them as a small business owner. Let's network to receive the support and learn about those shared experiences as well. All right, well, this has been, again, another podcast with CSBJ Radio, brought to you by $1 Million Massage. Give them a call today at 334-275-8176. Go by today. See Ramona Terry and her staff there at $1 Million Massage at 1224 Peacock Avenue. Their telephone number again is 334-275-8176. You can find them online at www.milliondollarmassage.com. You can also reach them via their Facebook page, facebook.com/$1 Million Massage. Again, this is Greg Wilson with CSBJ Radio. Our telephone number, if you're looking for advertising opportunities, 706-289-7863. Give us a call today. Find us online at www.connectionssbj.com. Follow us even on our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/CSBJ. Be a happy small business owner. Do not settle for less. Be a happy small business owner. This has been Greg Wilson.